Alex sat in his opulent office, his gaze fixed on the city skyline. The world outside was a reflection of his success, but inside a new feeling was taking root. It was envy, a bitter emotion he had never acknowledged before. He couldn't help but compare himself to Daniel, his old friend who had risen to the top of the tech industry. Daniel's effortless charm, his innovative ideas, and his growing influence gnawed at Alex. Despite his achievements, Alex felt overshadowed. He yearned for the recognition and admiration that seemed to come so easily to Daniel. The seed of envy had been planted, and it was beginning to take hold. Alex's mind wandered back to the early days, the late-night brainstorming sessions, the shared dreams of success. Back then, they were equals, partners in ambition, but somewhere along the way their paths had diverged. Daniel's rise seemed effortless, while Alex had clawed his way to the top, every step a battle. He couldn't understand why Daniel's achievement sparked such envy within him. The seed of envy grew, watered by his insecurities and the relentless pressure to be the best. Daniel and Alex had known each other since their early days in business. They had shared dreams and ambitions, but their paths had diverged. Daniel's success in the tech industry had been meteoric, his company a beacon of innovation. Alex, on the other hand, had built a more traditional empire. The friendly rivalry between them had always been a source of motivation, but now it was turning toxic. Alex couldn't shake the feeling that Daniel was always one step ahead, always more admired, more respected. The friendly rivalry was becoming a bitter contest, with Alex determined to outshine his old friend. Alex remembered the last time they had met for drinks, the camaraderie mixed with an undercurrent of competition. Daniel had talked about his latest project, his eyes alight with excitement. Alex had nodded along, masking his envy with a forced smile. Inside, he burned with the desire to prove himself, to show Daniel that he was just as capable, just as visionary. The friendly rivalry that had once pushed them to greater heights was now a source of resentment, a contest Alex was determined to win. The turning point came at an industry conference. Daniel was the keynote speaker, his presentation a masterclass in vision and innovation. The audience hung on his every word, their admiration palpable. Alex watched from the sidelines, a knot of resentment tightening in his chest. When Daniel announced a groundbreaking new project, the room erupted in applause. Alex's envy flared into anger. He knew he had to do something drastic to reclaim his place at the top. The catalyst had arrived, pushing Alex to the brink of desperation. He would not be outdone, not by Daniel, not by anyone. After the presentation, Alex mingled with the other attendees, his mind racing. He overheard snippets of conversations, all praising Daniel's vision, his leadership. It felt like a personal slight, as if his own achievements were being overshadowed. He clenched his fists, determined to turn the tide in his favor. The catalyst had lit a fire under him, driving him to take bold, risky actions. He would show them all that he was still the top player in the game. In his quest to surpass Daniel, Alex began to entertain riskier ventures. Project Phoenix, the controversial investment opportunity, was just the beginning. Alex started to delve into the shadowy world of high-stakes deals and clandestine negotiations. He sought out opportunities that promised quick gains and high rewards, even if they skirted the edges of legality. His obsession with beating Daniel clouded his judgment. He ignored the warnings of his advisors, his ambition blinding him to the potential consequences. The temptation of risk was too great, and Alex was willing to gamble everything to come out on top. Alex's office became a hub of secret meetings and hushed conversations. He networked with questionable contacts, people who promised him insider information and lucrative deals. The thrill of the chase, the allure of quick success, became addictive. He felt invincible, driven by the need to outdo Daniel. Emma, his CFO, watched with growing concern as Alex plunged deeper into the risky world of high-stakes investments. She tried to warn him, but her words fell on deaf ears. Alex was on a mission, and nothing could deter him. As Alex's ambitions grew, So did the costs. The once solid foundations of his empire began to show cracks. His relentless pursuit of success strained his relationship with his team and his family. Emma, his trusted CFO, voiced her concerns more frequently, her loyalty tested by Alex's increasingly reckless decisions. At home, Lisa sensed the growing distance between them. Alex's obsession with outdoing Daniel consumed him, leaving little room for anything else. The cost of ambition was high, and Alex was paying the price. But he couldn't see it. All he could see was Daniel, always just out of reach. Late nights at the office became the norm. Alex pored over reports and projections, searching for the next big move. He missed family dinners, anniversaries, and important milestones. Lisa's calls went unanswered, her messages ignored. She watched helplessly as the man she loved spiraled deeper into his obsession. Emma, too, felt the strain. Her once strong partnership with Alex was now marred by conflict and mistrust. The cost of ambition was high, and Alex was paying with his most valuable relationships. In a bid to outmaneuver Daniel, Alex made a desperate gamble. He invested heavily in a volatile market, ignoring the red flags and betting everything on a hunch. The decision was reckless, driven by envy and desperation. When the market took a sudden downturn, Alex's company was left reeling. The losses were staggering, the repercussions immediate. Investors panicked, employees feared for their jobs, and Alex's reputation took a severe hit. The desperate gamble had backfired, leaving Alex scrambling to contain the fallout. He had underestimated the risks, and now he was facing the consequences of his unchecked ambition. The office was in chaos. Phones rang incessantly, emails flooded in, and the tension was palpable. Alex barked orders, trying to manage the crisis, but the damage was done. Investors demanded answers, employees whispered in fear, and the media pounced on the story of his failure. The once confident CEO now felt like a cornered animal, fighting to survive. Emma approached him, her face a mix of concern and disappointment. She offered solutions, ways to mitigate the damage, but Alex's pride kept him from admitting his mistakes. He was determined to fix it alone, no matter the cost. As the dust settled from the disastrous investment, Alex found himself at a crossroads. His company was in turmoil, his relationship strained, and his envy towards Daniel burning hotter than ever. One evening, as he stared at the city lights from his office, his phone buzzed with a message. It was from Daniel, offering to meet and discuss a potential collaboration. Alex's heart raced. Was this an olive branch or another power play? He knew he had to decide carefully, but his judgment was clouded by resentment and desperation. The cliffhanger loomed large, leaving Alex on the brink of a decision that could change everything. Alex read the message over and over, his mind a whirlwind of emotions. Collaboration with Daniel could mean salvaging his company, but it also felt like admitting defeat. He pondered his options, weighing the potential benefits against his bruised ego. The decision was fraught with uncertainty, and Alex knew that whichever path he chose, it would shape his future. The episode ends with Alex staring at his phone. The message from Daniel a stark reminder of the thin line between rivalry and alliance. The cliffhanger leaves viewers wondering, will Alex choose pride or pragmatism?